I wanted to talk about self-concept. And what I really wanted to share was that how our self-concept manifests. And because there are a lot of conversations around it's a thought that manifests. We become what we think about. We think things. And then some people say, no, it's not a thought that manifests. It's how we feel that manifests, because our feeling puts us in a vibration. It starts a vibration in our body. Like we're constantly vibrating, and then whatever we feel, our body starts to vibrate at that frequency, and then we attract based on that frequency. So our current vibration is what we are attracting, which is true. But how does that feeling come along? I was having this conversation with my clients that if we just manifest whatever we think, we will be multi-billionaires. Because how many times we have these affirmations? I'm this, I am this, I am loved, I am abundant, I am beautiful, I'm this. We have so many affirmations, so many thoughts. We are trying to think positive. But what is that thing? After doing so much affirmation and trying to feel that way, we still don't manifest. Like where is the gap? What really manifests? How this manifestation works? And the other thing, what is really important to know is that we are so good at numbing our feelings. We are so good at disconnecting from our feelings. We are so good at not feeling it and trying to distract ourselves with different things. If it's just about feeling manifesting, that we are so good at distracting. So what is really manifesting? How does this all work? What is the answer? How can we really get on top of this and be the master of our mind instead of letting our mind control us? One of the things I noticed was that when I affirmed a lot of things, every time I affirmed things, I felt the opposite, right? Let's say I am affirming that I am so abundant. I realized I'm not, right? Every time I affirmed I'm loved, I realized, no, I'm not. I just have so many problems with so many people. It's not true. My thoughts and affirmations gave me an opposite feeling, and I wasn't sure what's going on. And then I attracted the opposite and I recreated the opposite. And then I was talking to one of the other clients, and he said to me that when he started saying to himself, I'm so abundant, he started losing money. He was robbed. He was scammed a few times, and he didn't understand what's going on. And then he realized that when he was affirming, actually triggered an opposite feeling. But why is it that when we affirm, sometimes it triggers the opposite feeling? Why is it that when whatever we affirm, we just don't manifest? Like, what is going on? Where is the gap, right? Why it is that people affirm things for 100 times a day and write things down and do this, and still results don't change? What creative magnet doesn't change? So then I realized that basically the thing that happens is when you say something, let's say I say to myself right now that I'm a bird. When I say to me, I'm a bird, I'm actually not a bird. I know that. That's a fact, right? This is a fact. This is true. I'm not a bird. I haven't got wings. I don't fly. I haven't got a beak, I haven't got feathers, I haven't got any of that. When I say I'm a bird, the initial response from my body is, no, you're not. Can you relate? If I say to you, I'm a bird, what would you say? No, you're not. I think you're thinking, but you're not really a bird. That initial response that's coming, that's almost like a filter, like a check-in system, right? Which is saying that you're not a bird. That is not true. If I say to myself right now, I'm in Mars, it would say, no, you're not in Mars. You're on planet Earth. What is wrong with you? What are you talking about? If I say, I am a multi-billionaire, it'd say, no, you're not. The truth, when I say truth, what I mean is that this is my conscious awareness of being. My conscious awareness of being is that I'm not a billionaire. My conscious awareness of being is that I'm not a bird, right? So we don't manifest what we think. We manifest what we are consciously aware of being, what I believe to be true about myself. How do I really see myself? What is my consciousness? Am I conscious of being? What am I aware of being, right? So in other words, what is my self-concept? How do I really see me? By birth, who we really are, if we really study ourselves and say, I want to see me, I want to find me, we are the greatest creation on the planet. We have got creative powers that moves the universe, that brings all universal forces to create whatever we have in our mind. We are limitless. There is nothing that we can't do. This is our absolute truth. But are we all conscious of being that? No. How many times we say to ourselves, I can't, I don't know, I won't, I cannot, I'm not good enough. What happens is that every time we think a thought, it goes through a filter of no or yes. right? And that filter is something that we manifest, because when we affirm something or when we think something, all of a sudden that filter activates to make sure that we're making sense or not, right? We have our own thing that makes sense or not. And that filter, that concept of ourselves, that energetic point needs reviewing, that rewiring for us to manifest different things. But otherwise, every time we're going to say something, it's going to cross it. And it's going to make us feel the opposite, and then we are going to create the opposite. The key to understand this point is that what are you conscious of being? And the best way to check what are you conscious of being, run past by these thoughts through what you're conscious of being. When you say, I am so abundant, if the thought is, no, money is so hard to earn, you always struggle with money, this is not good, then this is my energetic point right now. This is my conscious awareness of being right now. And instead of feeling bad about it, or instead of feeling bad about this negative idea, question it. Ask yourself, is it really true that money is very hard to earn? Is it the truth for everybody? Is it true for the whole world that money is so hard to earn? Is every single person in this world is experiencing that? If is that not true, then it couldn't be true. So the moment you start questioning your beliefs, you're already not believing it, because you're doubting the beliefs. Great, because you're questioning the old beliefs. A lot of times I hear this, that whenever I have a negative thought, I just switch off. I just switch the thought off to positive. I think it's not a good thing. Personally, I think it's not a great way to do it, because all you're doing is you're not changing the belief, you're not changing the self-concept, you're just switching the indication that you have a negative self-concept. You're just switching the indication that there's a belief that needs changing. Your negative thought is your superpower. It's telling you what requires change. What do you need to change? What do you need to review? What do you need to question? Right? And if you just ignore it and say, I'm not going to question it, I'm not going to do that, then all you're doing is you are just ignoring it, right? And when you ignore it, it's still there. It's still in your conscious awareness. The fact that it came for you, it's still there. Switching the negative thought is not the solution. The solution is questioning, and not feeling bad about feeling bad, but saying that I thank God that I became aware of this thought, and now I am aware, I can change it. I can sit with it, I can question it, I can change it. I can look at all the examples why it's not true for other people, why it shouldn't be true for me, and how can I really shift and evolve into a different thought. And then change the belief. When you change the belief, then the affirmation or the thought that you will have will go through and go to the subconscious. Otherwise, it will be rejected at a filter system where it's checking our sanity, right? It's going to reject it. Let's embrace our negative thoughts, because they are indicating what needs changing. If we even ignore it and not listen to them, they're still there. Beliefs are still there. And we are manifesting our self-concept. We are manifesting the concept we hold about ourselves and what we are conscious of being. That's what we manifest.